Jerome Johnson here.
Mr. Ron Brown, this is your case?
Ron Brown appearing on behalf of Mr. Johnson. I think this was Nolly Prost, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I think the court should be in possession of an order of nolle prosequi.
I am.
Yesterday.
All right. This case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I just got
Mr. Brown.
I just got a question. How is this? Is that would be immediately dismissed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My name's on the paperwork, so if you're talking immediate, it just happened.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good one.
Court calls the cases of the people versus Tierra Quinton, 2 cases.
Good morning, Your Honor. Grace Broughton appearing on behalf of the people.
First Assistant Public Defender Cleena Anderson with on behalf of Ms. Quinton. Your Honor, we're appointed on the 795. I did submit a request for public defender for the 5677 file.
Yes, I do see that. So I'll just sign that. All right. That's an arraignment in that file. Quinton?
Yes.
Okay. State your name, please.
Tiara Quinton.
All right, Miss Quinton, you are before the court. Before I get to that, I do have to apprise you that you're before the court on the charge of, they give me the information? Probably not. Of course not. Oh, no, they tuck it in the back. No, they didn't. Oh, you're here before the court on the charge of possession of methamphetamine and or ecstasy. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
That's a 10-year felony or a felony punishable by 10 years or $15,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. You wish to be represented by the public defender in that matter?
Yes.
This is a public defender case.
Thank you, Your Honor. First Assistant Public Defender Cleena Anderson with on behalf of Ms. Quinton. Your Honor, as to the complaint, we'd stand mute and ask for a probable cause conference date.
All right. Defendant having waived for further formal reading and standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. And you want this set with the other matter, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to ask for an adjournment of the other PCC so that we can have both cases on one docket.
All right. So the PCC, let's do this. Let's adjourn the PCC to the 28th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond will continue on that matter. Back to the arraignment. Hope I'm not messing you up, Ann. I'll set bond in that case at $10,000 personal recognizance bond. I'll order standard conditions, including no assaultive behavior or weapons. There's to be no possession or consumption of any alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drugs. I'm also going to order, can I see that file? What supervision was she under? I'll order community correction standard supervision for testing. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll set the probable cause conference in this matter for September 28th, 2023, 9 a.m. or as your Zoom invite indicates. All right? I think we got all that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
folks.
Last.
Jail.
Yep.
Court does call the case of the people versus Jason Garrett.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Excuse me. Good morning, Your Honor. Marcia Creature on behalf of Jason Garrett, standing in for Mr. Robert Killaway.
Mr. Garrett, can you state your name, please?
I like to.
All right. Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, Mr. Kilowald is requesting an adjournment of this matter, given the fact that he was just appointed and he visited Mr. Garrett, I believe, last night in the Washtenaw County Jail, but he's got some items to talk over with Mr. Garrett. So I would be asking for a 3-week or 2-week adjournment.
Objection.
What's your objection, sir?
I won't be leaving this chair anytime soon, so therefore I think we should just do a breakout room with my attorney and continue this matter. Sir.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give your attorney, Mr. Kilowald, an opportunity to come down and talk with you instead of doing a breakout room with Ms. Cracher. And so the court is going to find, under the circumstances, good cause to adjourn this probable cause to the 21st, 2023 at 9 a.m. I understand that may be over defendant himself's objections, but the court is going to do that. His bond will continue. Thank you.
Wait.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's whatever you had before.
Okay, that's the end of the block. We've called some. I'm going to let my staff get set up with the 11 o'clock case. Angela Weems.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert J. Kilwald, presently Angelo's attorney.
All right. I have from you, let's deal with this first. I have your motion to withdraw in the matter. Go ahead, sir.
No, that's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Weems doesn't feel like I'm doing the proper job for him. The communication's pretty much stopped. I wish him well on his future case, but he does not want me on the case.
Mr. Weems, is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I will grant the motion to withdraw. Sign that one, and then there is having granted that, actually I'm signing 2 orders, but that would mean that the assigned council manager has selected Erica Julian to represent the defendant.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Erica Julian now appearing on behalf of Mr. Weems.
So I have defendant's motion for bond at this time, and that was filed, I believe, by Mr. Kilowald. Would you be prepared to go forth on that bond motion, or you want me to put this out so that you have time to prepare and talk to Mr. Weems?
I would prefer the latter, Your Honor. I did receive a preliminary police report, so I could at least briefly meet with Mr. Weems yesterday. And we were able to have that meeting. We did have a conducive meeting. We had a good report to begin with. And but there's a great deal of discovery that I have yet to receive. And I think that that would be important to have before going forward with the bond motion. So I'd be asking to put that off, as well as an adjournment for about a month, about 4 weeks out, just because I understand that there are about 85 videos that I would need to download and review, as well as receive a medical examiner's report, additional discovery from Mr. Kilowald. There's just a great deal going on.
Any response on any of that from the people?
Your Honor, it does seem to make sense that Ms. Julian would need some time to get caught up in the case. I will let Ms. Julian and the court know that the co-defendant, Ms. Williamson, is currently scheduled for preliminary examination on October the 10th before Judge Burke. It would, of course, be the desire of the people to hopefully do one preliminary examination between these 2 defendants. So I don't have an objection to the request for adjournment. My request would be if we could maybe consider a shorter adjournment for the probable cause conference, perhaps to the 21st, if the court's willing, and then schedule the preliminary examination for October the 10th. And I will do everything I can to make sure Ms. Julian has all the information.
Do you think that would work for you, Ms. Julian? And maybe that's the wise way to go. That way you could meet with Mr. Weems. discuss what you can discuss, and then we would still have a little bit of room in there if we needed to before the 10th comes around.
I do understand, Your Honor. I know that the co-defendant is charged with being an accessory and Mr. Williams is charged with the homicide itself, and that there's been investigation done as well as additional investigation that may need to occur. So it's difficult for me without having everything now to guess whether or not it would be ample time or adequate time to be ready to go on a homicide prelim on October 10th.
Well, here's the other option. And what I'm going to do is this. I think I'm going to put it out to the 28th. And then what we can do at that point is figure out where you are and maybe even loop Judge Burke into the conversation so that maybe he might put the other one off a little bit to allow everybody to be together if that were what was going to happen.
That works, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Your Honor, the only difficulty is unfortunately, I'm not available on the 28th. So if Ms. Julian, if you do want that date, there will be another prosecutor covering. Otherwise, we could look at the 5th, knowing that the idea may be to go ahead and move to an exam 5 days after that. I just want to do the best to consider this. The court knows that this matter has been pending for some time. The people have never objected to an adjournment from the defense. But unfortunately, with having the two folks going, we do sort of need to move this case along as well.
All right. So let's do this. I'll adjourn the probable cause to the 5th of October. That's actually that 30-day range you were looking for it anyway, Ms. Julian.
Yes, Your Honor.
At 9. Well, yeah, the problem is, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deny without prejudice the motion for bond so that if you seek to raise it again, you may. That way I can put it in the 9 o'clock block and do it that way. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then we can look at that, and then we can always try to work with Judge Burke to just in terms of scheduling and time and the like. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you.
I have the lab report regarding the death, and I have a pretty big thumb drive. I'll drop off your office tomorrow.
That sounds great. Thank you, Mr. Killewald.
Thanks.
Okay, you got all that, Mr. Weems?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So this bond will continue as denied at this point. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now that's it for us, correct? 14A stands adjourned.